I want you to imagine a bed, a marriage bed. It's supposed to be a place of intimacy, just for two people, you and her. But what if I told you that in many marriages there are actually three people in that bed? There is you, there is her, and then there is the ghost. You can't see him, but you can feel him. He is the reason she pulls away when you try to kiss her passionately. He is the reason she stares out the window when a certain song comes on the radio. He is the reason why, no matter how much you love her, how much you provide for her, how perfect you are, you always feel like you are auditioning for a role that was already filled years ago. You, my friend, might be married to an alpha widow. This is not a term you will hear in polite society, but it is a reality that is destroying good men every single day. An alpha widow is a woman who gave her best years, her deepest passion, and her wildest love to a man who broke her heart. Usually a bad boy, an unpredictable, exciting man. Let's call him the alpha. He treated her badly, he cheated, he left. But because he was so exciting, he left an imprint on her soul that no other man can erase. And then she met you. You are the nice guy. You are the safe choice. You are the one she settles down with when she is tired of the chaos. She respects you, she appreciates you. She might even love you in a gentle way, but she doesn't desire you, not the way she desired him. In this video, I am going to tell you the story of a man named Mark, a man who thought he had the perfect marriage, until he found a shoebox in the back of a closet that revealed the brutal truth. He was just a placeholder. If you have ever felt like you are competing with a ghost, you need to listen to this story. Mark was what society calls a catch. He was 32, had a stable engineering job, owned a house, and treated women with respect. He was the guy who opened car doors, the guy who remembered birthdays. When he met Sarah, he was blown away. Sarah was stunning. She was 29, beautiful, but she had a sadness in her eyes. She told Mark, "I'm done with games. I just want a real man. I want peace." Mark felt like a hero. He thought, "I can give her peace. I can fix her." They started dating, and on paper, everything was perfect. Sarah never fought with him. She was agreeable. She liked his cooking. She said yes to his proposal within 6 months. Mark told his friends, "Guys, she's amazing. No drama, no headaches." But there were signs. Tiny, microscopic signs that Mark ignored because he was too in love to see them. Sign number 1, the passion gap. Mark noticed that their intimacy was polite. It was scheduled. She would hold his hand, but she never grabbed him. She would kiss him back, but she never initiated the kiss. When Mark tried to be spontaneous or wild, Sarah would laugh awkwardly and say, "Oh, Mark, stop, not now." Mark told himself, "She's just shy. She's a classy woman. She's not like those wild girls." Sign number 2, the comparison. Sometimes, when they were watching a movie and a dangerous leather jacket-wearing character came on screen, Sarah would freeze. Her eyes would lock onto the screen with an intensity Mark never saw when she looked at him. She would whisper, "He reminds me of someone I used to know." And then she would look at Mark and say, "I'm so glad you aren't like that. You're so safe." Mark took it as a compliment. He didn't realize that in female psychology, safe is often the opposite of exciting. Safe is what you feel for a brother. Safe is what you feel for a teddy bear. You don't rip the clothes off a teddy bear. You hug it when you are sad. Mark had become her emotional support animal, not her lover. But he didn't know it yet. The ghost in their marriage had a name. His name was Jocks. Jocks was Sarah's ex-boyfriend from college. By all accounts, Jocks was a loser. He was a musician who never made it. He rode a motorcycle. He disappeared for days without calling. He made Sarah cry constantly. But here is the twisted part. When Sarah talked about the past, even though she said she hated Jocks, her face would light up. She would tell stories like, "Oh my God, one time Jocks drove us to the beach at 3 a.m. and we almost got arrested. It was terrible." But she wasn't describing a terrible memory. She was describing a memory where she felt alive. Compare that to her life with Mark. "Mark, honey, I made reservations for dinner at 7 p.m. Sarah, okay, thanks." Flat tone. Mark was competing with an adrenaline rush. You see, biology is unfair. Evolution doesn't care about who is a good guy. Evolution cares about who gives the strongest emotional spike. Jocks gave her the highs and the lows, the pain and the pleasure. He was a roller coaster. Mark was a flat road. Safe, reliable, but boring. One night, Mark tried to spice things up. He bought some lingerie for her. He planned a romantic, passionate night. When she opened the box, she didn't look excited. She looked sad. She touched a silk and said, "This is beautiful, Mark. Thank you." Then she went to the bathroom to change. When she came out, she looked beautiful, but her body language was closed, arms crossed, eyes looking at the floor. When Mark tried to touch her, she flinched. She said, "I'm sorry, I'm just tired today. Can we just cuddle?" Mark felt a sharp pain in his chest. It wasn't rejection. It was pity. She pitied him for trying so hard. That night, Mark lay awake while she slept, and for the first time, he asked himself the dangerous question, does she actually desire me? Or is she just grateful that I pay the bills? 2 years into the marriage. Mark was looking for some tax documents in the attic. He found an old Nike shoebox taped shut in the back corner, under her old winter coats. Curiosity got the better of him. He opened it. It wasn't tax papers. It was a shrine to Jocks. Inside, there were concert tickets, dried flowers, a leather bracelet Jocks used to wear, and photos. Mark picked up the photos, and his stomach dropped. In the photos, Sarah looked different. She was messy. Her hair was wild. She was sitting on Jocks's lap in a way she never sat on Mark. She was looking at Jocks with pure animalistic adoration. Her eyes were wide, her mouth open in a laugh that looked like it came from her soul. Mark realized he had never seen that face. Not at their wedding. Not on their honeymoon. That version of Sarah died when Jocks left her. Mark married the ghost that was left behind. Then he found the diary. It was from the year before she met Mark. He shouldn't have read it, but he did. The entry read, "It's been 6 months since Jox left. I feel like I can't breathe. I know he was bad for me. I know I need to grow up. My mum keeps telling me to find a nice guy, a stable guy, someone who won't hurt me. I met this guy named Mark at the coffee shop today. He's sweet, he's safe. I don't feel any sparks, but maybe that's good. Maybe sparks just burn you. I think I'm going to settle down with Mark. I'm tired of fighting. I just want to rest." Mark sat on the dusty attic floor, reading those words over and over. "I don't feel any sparks. I just want to rest." He wasn't her husband. He was her retirement plan. She didn't choose him because she wanted him. She chose him because she was exhausted from chasing the man she actually wanted. Mark was the bandage she put over the wound Jox left. Why does this happen? Is Sarah evil? No, Sarah is following a biological script called hypergamy and alpha imprinting. Psychologists talk about something called the dual mating strategy. Subconsciously, women are driven to seek 2 things: good genes, the alpha, the strong, dominant, exciting man who creates strong offspring; Jox, good provision, the beta, the safe, reliable, caring man who raises the offspring. Mark, in a perfect world, one man is both. But in the modern world, these roles are often split. Sarah gave her good genes, desire to Jox, but Jox wouldn't commit. He wouldn't stay. So when she hit 29 and her biological clock started ticking, she switched strategies. She started looking for provision. She found Mark. Mark provided the house, the safety, the status. But you cannot negotiate desire. You cannot logic a woman into being attracted to you. Attraction is not a choice. It's a reaction. Jox triggered that reaction effortlessly. Mark tried to buy that reaction with dinners and kindness, but the currency was wrong. This is the tragedy of the alpha widow. She is physically with you, but her soul is stuck in the past, replaying the highlight reel of a relationship that was toxic but exciting. So, what happened to Mark? Mark put the box back. He went downstairs. He looked at Sarah, who was sitting on the couch, scrolling through her phone. She looked up and smiled a polite, small smile. "Did you find the tax papers?" Mark looked at her, really looked at her. He realized he had 2 choices. Option 1, stay, accept that he will always be second place. Accept the polite love, the safe sex, the comfortable lie. Option 2, walk away, blow up the safety, become the man who respects himself enough to demand genuine desire. The story of Mark ends with a packed bag. It ends with him realizing that being safe was the most dangerous thing he ever did. Brothers, listen to me. Do not be the retirement plan. Do not be the safety net. If you feel the ghost of another man in your bed, do not ignore it. You deserve to be looked at with that wild, adoring obsession. You deserve to be the main character in her movie, not the supporting actor who enters in the final act just to pay the bills. Check your relationship. Look at the signs. And if you are living with an alpha widow, remember, you cannot compete with a ghost. The only way to win is to stop playing her game.